Hello everyone, welcome back to Stray Guides Musical, episode 2. Alright, let's get back into it and start with reading the journal. Alright, so we're gonna hit it up again with Aphrodite. Aphrodite is the goddess of love, and I can believe it. She has that sparkle when you look at her. Like she's one of those old-timey movie stars, all glamour and presence. I bet if she walked into a room, everybody stops what you're doing to stare at her. Why she's a part of the chorus, I have no idea. She seems kind of quiet and sad, like she's busy writing out some teary ballad in her head, and not really listening to what's going on around her. If Aphrodite's behind Calliope's death, then she's hiding it super well. Maybe you just naturally learn how to be a great actress, after 1,000 years or so. Not what I know. Okay, for Apollo. I don't know much about this Apollo. He's the only guy on the chorus. But he didn't say much of anything until he kind of defended me, I guess. At least he disagreed with the "you need to die" verdict. I guess I owe him one. If I can actually owe anyone for giving me an extra week before they kill me. Not so sure about that. Athena introduced Apollo as the god of prophecy. But I'm not so sure exactly what that means. Don't prophets wear long robes and speak in big, booming voices? This one looks less like a god and more like a surfer who crashed on the beach after a party and still hasn't found all his clothes. Could he have killed Calliope? I can't tell anything can't take anything for granted. This is long. Okay. Athena is supposed to be the goddess of wisdom. But how does that work? Is it a power of hers? Does she just know things? She's supposedly supposed to be really powerful, but how exactly? Mostly, she's just seems to be like my mom, or anyone's mom. Maybe that's what she is to the idols, the mom who looks after them and keeps them going. She was all smiles and even super sweet when she told me I had to die. Like it'd be no big deal. That makes her a scary mom. Like the kind that demands to speak to the manager when things don't go her way. All because things always go her way. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe she's the cool mom. Or maybe she keeps smiling when she smothers me with the pillow because she's thousands of years old and I'm basically nothing in comparison. And maybe she killed Calliope. And that's what makes me an annoyance because that means her murder didn't quite take. But then, why give me a chance to prove myself? If she really wanted me dead, she could have said, nope, no vote, let's nip this in the bud. Athena really seems like the type who'd do that, right? Idols are so confusing. On to Persephone. What did Athena say, Persephone? She's the queen of the underworld? I had to look it up, but that's basically the idol version of hell. Does that mean it's a real place, like you die and you go to the underworld? Maybe only happens to idols. Mind you, Athena didn't exactly say Persephone was queen of the underworld, did she? She said once queen of the underworld. So she isn't any longer, and she's also the only idol that Athena didn't say was the god of something or other. I'm willing to bet there's a whole story about it. Whatever it is, it's pretty clear Persephone hates me, and not just because she thinks I'm a murderer. Because don't they all think that? Feels personal. Those sharp eyes of hers wanting to gut me and hang me by a clothesline. So I'd better watch my back. Interesting. Alright. So I've played through this next part. So I kind of know who shows up next. And I'm really excited about it.
Grace? Grace? Hi. 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 You're kidding, right? When I came home, the door was wide open. You weren't answering your phone. Kaz and Brian are still out looking for... Grace... We thought something happened to you. Did something happen to you?
Let's be honest.
Yes, but you are seriously not gonna believe it. Oh, one of those nights, huh? Well, it better be good. I became a god, Freddy. For real.
For real.
You were gone all night. Why didn't you answer your phone? Okay, so what exactly are you the god of? Late night lattes? Skipping bad practice? Freddy? I need to warn you about something. Yeah? About what? Am I gonna turn to stone? Because that's totally a god thing.
Hi there.
Who is this, Grace? Why does he have horns? Honestly, your guess is as good as mine.
To answer your question, my dear, you see the horns because I allow you to see the horns. That's crazy, right? As for who I am, I've been known most often as Pan. So you call me that, if you must call me anything.
Pan, of the Greek gods, Pan, right? What are you, some kind of cosplayer?
The days of idols being called gods are well behind us, I'm afraid, but I assure you, I am the real article. I've come to offer our newest idol a helping hand. Or perhaps two. You do look lost, don't you?
Did Athena send you? She didn't say anything. I kind of assumed.
That you're on your own? Yes, you'd think she'd do a better job of explaining the rules, wouldn't you? But no, I'm here of my own volition. Purely out of the kindness of my immortal heart. I assure you.
Immortal? Wait, who's immortal? I'm sorry, I'm lost here. So yeah, about that god thing, I wasn't kidding.
While also standing accused of murder. It's quite tragic.
Is there any way you could explain what's going on, Grace?
The prohibition is against revealing the idols to the mortal world. She's not the mortal world, is she? She can be trusted, can't she?
Why do I have the feeling that I'm going to regret not leaving with Brian and Kaz?
Oh, I can guarantee it.
Okay, Freddy. Have a seat. Let's talk.
I love his voice. It's so good.
That's it? Huh? I guess. Do you believe in this, Grace? Sure, but I had proof. I traveled through a magical door. Which sounds extra cool. I was a little distracted. Well, I have a million questions, but I can ask them later. The important thing is that I am here to support my best friend. What did I ever do to deserve a friend like you? You sat next to me at lunch period, dummy. Oh yeah, right. My friendship comes with all sorts of benefits, up to and including the tracking down of supernatural killers.
Such darling camaraderie. It brings a tear to my eye. It truly does.
Speaking of killers.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. You wound me, dear lady. I've come to offer advice to our newest idol, a foundling who was set adrift most cruelly.
What's in it
So
for
you're
you?
here purely for my sake then? Like a charity case?
My dear sweet girl, as far as you're concerned, I am the god of charity cases.
With a god of
But
pandemonium.
you're not, are you? Pan was the god of lust and mischief. Doesn't sound too charitable to me.
Ah, yes. The old tales of the gods. Such antics, such fantasy. Pay them no mind.
Okay.
How did you know where to find me? Or know about me at all? You said Athena didn't send you.
A little bird told me, if you must know. Very useful, those little birds.
He's not gonna tell you, Grace.
There's not much to tell. Among the idols, news travels swiftly. We are a tiny village of godly busybodies. I heard of your arrival, and I know how obtuse the chorus can be. So here I am. You're welcome.
You know, you could be the killer, for all I know.
Come to mislead you, perhaps. How fiendishly clever of me. Well called, darling.
And maybe even true.
Poor Pan! To be eternally maligned and mistrusted. Alas, and alas, and alas. I doubt there's a line of idols waiting to offer you advice, Grace. But whether you accept mine or not is for you to decide.
Alright, tell me your advice.
Okay, I'll bite. What's your advice? I have to admit, I don't really know where to start.
Well, I'm not normally one to run amok telling others how to live their lives. But have you considered using your powers?
My powers.
Music, art, passion. You are the last muse, and all these are now your province.
That does sound kind of cool. Like I'm some sort of rock star idol.
That is it precisely. You draw music out of others, Grace. Not only with inspiration, but physically. Magically.
Okay, but how does that help me find Calliope's murderer?
Allow me to expedite the process of understanding. Now then, close your eyes. You hear that? It's coming from you.
Alright, hey guys, it's Griffin here. Sorry for the abrupt ending. There was somebody power washing a fence right outside my house. So I will be back with you right after this.